everybody, it's Heather, the Butterfly Effect, plant-based extreme weight loss, with another recipe for you for the Instant Pot. And this is going to be a recipe for vegan Hoppin John. And Hoppin John is a black-eyed peas and greens recipe that you make to have a Happy New Year. And so I'm going to teach you how to make this recipe and tell you what each of the ingredients symbolizes, and it's just kind of fun so that we can have a happy and prosperous new year together. And because these are all going to be delicious plant-based ingredients, we're going to have a healthy new year too. And that's what this is all about. You know, I've really come to start to think of my food as medicine. You know, and they always say don't pay the doctor, pay the farmer. I think the farmer is your doctor. And so as I tell you each of the ingredients, I'm going to tell you some of the great things that it's going to do for you. Now, I got started before I started the video, and I made the black-eyed peas in my Instant Pot, and it was super easy. What I did was, I'm just going to show you. Here you go. See those guys in there, the black-eyed peas? Okay, there's no Will.I.am in there, just the real actual black-eyed peas. So this is 1 pound of black-eyed peas that I soaked overnight, and then I put about a cup of onion and a few cloves of garlic in there and cooked it in my Instant Pot, my Instant Pot pressure cooker. I put it on manual pressure, and I did 20 minutes because they were well soaked. And now I'm going to add the other ingredients. Now, let's talk about the first 3 ingredients. So black-eyed peas are obviously a pea. They're from the legume family. They have a lot of fiber, they have a lot of antioxidants, and they have something wonderful called beta-glucan, which reduces your cholesterol. They also have something called phytates, which we used to think were bad. You know, we always wanted to soak your nuts to get rid of the phytates and stuff. We found out that phytates are actually wonderful for you, and they actually have a lot of anti-cancer properties. And so if you want to know more about that, I suggest Dr. Michael Greger's book, which is called How Not to Die, and he talks a lot about phytates and why they're good for you. So let's get some more phytates in the new year. I also put in onions and garlic, and that's so that you'll have a spicy year, maybe a spicy love life. But also garlic is a known antiviral, antibacterial. It's great for getting rid of parasites. It's an anti-cancer drug almost. You know, the onion and garlic family are the most active anti-cancer vegetables that are out there. And they taste delicious, and they reduce your cholesterol. They raise your good cholesterol, which helps lower your bad cholesterol. They cannot be a bad thing. So we're going to put lots of those in there. I have about a cup of that, and then I'm actually going to add even more onion, and just because I really like it, and I had one cut up that I needed to use. Okay, the next thing that's going to go in there is some green peppers. And we want the color green because green is the color of money, right? So the black-eyed peas are supposed to symbolize coins, and the greens are supposed to symbolize cash, the color of money. So this is 1 green bell pepper, and I also diced up really small a de-seeded and deveined jalapeno pepper, just so we'll have a spicy new year. We'll have a little spice in our love life, right? Okay, so we're going to have our peppers in there. All right, and then we need some red ingredients. Red is for love, so we have a red bell pepper, and that's going to be for love. And all peppers have a lot of vitamin C. They have as much vitamin C as an orange. And the red ones are the same as the green ones, they're just ripe. A red bell pepper is just a green bell pepper that's ripened. And the same thing with yellow and orange bell peppers. They're all the same plant. It's just what level of ripeness it is. So we want the red bell pepper because it has the most vitamin C and the most nutrition. And then we need a little bit more red in there for some more love. And this is some fire roasted tomatoes. This is the equivalent of about 2 cans of tomatoes, so if you want to put those in. And why tomatoes are good is they have lycopene. Lycopene really helps against prostate cancer, against female cancers, and their red color symbolizes love. We're going to have lots of love in the new year. And then we're going to put in some carrots, and I've cut these into fat coins because, you know, we want some fat coin in the new year, right? Some more prosperity. So this is about, oh, I don't know, 3 or 4 carrots that I cut into kind of big chunks. And carrots have beta carotene, like the name suggests, which is a really, again, potent anti-cancer phytochemical. So I'm going to put my carrots in there. And then we want to have a sweet new year, right? So we're going to put in some sweet potato. And that's going to offset the spiciness from the peppers, and it's going to taste really good. And as you can see, I did the onions and also the potato in my Vidalia Chop Wizard. I think these are so fun. And if you don't have one, they're really worth it. If you do potatoes or sweet potatoes or onions or any kind of like harder vegetable, and it makes it really even. And so we'll put those in, so we'll have a sweet new year. They also have the beta carotene in them. They have a lot of fiber. They've got some anti-cancer properties too. So this whole thing is basically a big anti-cancer medicine. You know, you're getting all kinds of great vegetables and delicious beans, and it's going to be super yummy, but it's also going to be super good for you. This food is your medicine, right? Let's put in some spices. For all of these, I'm going to be putting in about a teaspoon. I got this 21 season salute. I don't use salt, so I'm using this to be like it's like a Mrs. Dash or something like that. I got it at Trader Joe's. And I'm going to put in 2 teaspoons of that just because it gives a nice taste. Okay. Then I'm putting in some ground cumin. Now cumin is great with any kind of beans. Anything you have that's beany is going to taste great with cumin in it. So I'm going to add some of that. I put in 1 teaspoon of that. I'm putting in some turmeric. Turmeric has a nice taste that they usually associate with Indian cuisine, but really it tastes good on any kind of beans or anything like that. And this is a very powerful anti-cancer spice. There we go. Put in a teaspoon of that. Then I have some smoked paprika. And it doesn't have to be smoked, but anything, you know, traditionally, Hoppin John, if it's not vegan, they would make it with some ham hocks or ham or something like that has a spicy smoked kind of taste. And so we're going to replicate that by putting in our spicy smoked paprika. But also, I'm also going to put in a teaspoon of liquid smoke. Now if you don't like this, leave it out, but I really like it, so I'm going to add it. It's going to give it that spicy smoke taste without any kind of cruelty. We don't have to have anybody die for our dinner. Our dinner is going to be full of life and making us more alive and good for the planet and good for the animals. And it's just not necessary to put any animal products in there. Okay, the last thing I'm putting is just about a half a teaspoon of some chipotle pepper. Again, so that we'll have a spicy love life, right? For our new year. Okay, so we've got our love and our money and our spice and all that good stuff in there. The very last thing I'm going to put in is some collard greens. Again, you put in the greens so that, you know, it looks like cash. We got some green in our life next year. Well, I'm going to add that at the end after this is processed. So we're not going to put that in just yet. I'm just going to give this a quick little stir to get all my ingredients down there. Get them all kind of mixed together. Okay. All right. I'm going to put on my lid on my Instant Pot. I'm setting it for manual pressure and then adjusting the time down to, can you guess how many minutes? 10 minutes is all it's going to take in the Instant Pot. And you have to make sure that the little vent pipe is on sealing, not on venting. And pretty soon it's beeping to let me know it's ready to go. So come back in about 10 minutes and we'll see how it turned out. All right, welcome back. The 10 minutes are up and the Instant Pot went off, and then I just let it go down to pressure naturally. And so now we have to do our greens, okay? So what I'm using for greens is a collard green, and these symbolize wealth. They look green, like green American dollars, right? And that they are a wealth of nutrition. There is a ton of magnesium and B vitamins. These are a cruciferous vegetable, so they've got all of those anti-cancer properties, making this even more of just a soup that's going to help us start off our new year brimming with health and wealth and happiness. So I want to show you how to cut up greens. It's really simple. The first thing you want to do is this vein down the green down the middle is kind of tough and kind of a hard stem, and so what I do is I'll just shuck it, just pull it right off of that, tear it right down the middle if you want to, okay, and I just call that shucking my greens. And then I want to take the two pieces, or you can even make it more pieces, okay, and we're just going to roll those up. Just roll it up into a little ball. So I've got a little ball of greens here, and now I'm going to do something called chiffonade, which is just cut it in long strips. Okay, and so you can see this just come out as long little strips. And what we're doing is, while our black-eyed peas are still hot, we're just going to add the greens in at the very end in order to wilt them. So we don't want to have them really cooked a lot. We want that to have still all the nutrition that is in the greens and the magnesium and the chlorophyll, all the awesome stuff that's in the greens. So we're just going to keep on shucking and chiffonading a little bit here until I get a whole bunch of greens. The more the better, right? They say, get your greens by any means. And one thing that I know about greens is it seems like the more greens I have, the less I get cravings for unhealthy food. So greens really, I don't know, I know I'm not the only one who thinks so. Greens really cut your cravings. So I'm just going to chiffonade those last little bunch of greens. This is a really fast way to get your greens ready for the pot. Okay, so I've got all those collard greens. I'm going to take my lid off my Instant Pot. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Okay, I'm just going to mix those greens right into the pot. And the steam and the heat, there's still a lot of heat from when I pressure cooked all of those great ingredients. So I'm just going to mix those in there and let those get wilted down a little bit. And that's all I really want to cook my greens. I don't want to cook them too much. I don't like real wimpy greens. I like them to still have a little bit of life in them. Okay. Now, traditional Hoppin John is served over rice. Rice, again, is a symbol of abundance. And so what we're having is some quinoa. Quinoa is a whole, it's not really a grain, it's a seed from the quinoa plant. And why I like quinoa is it has a little bit more protein and it has a really delicious flavor. And it even has a little bit of the good kind of fat, the omega-3 fat that we need. The reason that you want rice or quinoa or something is because it's abundance. They always say rice is the best thing to eat when you want to eat 10,000 of something. When you're so hungry, you want to eat 10,000 of something. So this is our nice bowl of quinoa. It's going to taste great with that Hoppin John. And I really want you to see in the pot here. So I'm going to take you over there. Here we go. We're going to go look inside the Instant Pot. Check that out. Doesn't that look good? You got your black-eyed peas. We got our greens, our carrots, and we got tomatoes. All kinds of good stuff in there. Some sweet potatoes, so we'll have a sweet year. Okay, let me dish it up. Got our bowl of quinoa right there. And we're gonna put some of the Hoppin John in there. You see how those greens get cooked, but they're not, you know, overly cooked? And it happens just that fast. Lots of beans, lots of greens. Let's put a little more on top. That looks so good. Let me put you back over here. Sorry about that sun glare. It's a really sunny day for December by a really sunny window. There we go. Okay. Now this is really hot because it's from the pressure cooker. So it was just, you know, 500 degrees a couple minutes ago, but look at how delicious that looks. Doesn't that look yummy for a cold winter's day? And I'm telling you, if you start out with this, you're going to have a happy new year because you're going to get so much nutrition in this bowl and it's going to taste absolutely delicious. So let me give it a taste. Blow it because it's hot. Do not burn your tongue. That is so good. You know, I think black-eyed peas are one of the more meaty tasting kinds of legumes. They really have kind of a meaty taste to them. They're really, really good. If you've never tried black-eyed peas, I hope you'll try Hoppin John. And I wish you an extremely happy new year and a very healthy new year too. And until next time, come back for some more Instant Pot recipes and some more great vegan recipes, and we're going to get healthy and have a great new year together. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.